Wait, am I Mark? Are you Mark?
No,
You're
I'm
Mark.
Mark.
This is
You're
Mark. I'm
Kevin.
Kevin. Okay.
This is a podcast, or this is a
Is it?
stream.
This is a stream, yes. Yo.
It is a flow of information from one year to the next, or
So,
2 years at the same time.
so I guess we've given up on this season. There's nothing good. Uh, drop it all. We're going back to last season.
Yeah, last season.
Yeah.
Still seasonal, but last season.
We'll only ever talk about last season from now on.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
now on, it's only last season, just so you know.
Anyway,
And
Evil or Live. What did you think?
it is a big, like, you know, when you like you watch it and you're like, is this a light? You're like, is this a light novel adaptation first,
I
or
think this
like,
is an accurate description, to be honest.
and then you're like, wait, is this the Chinese thing that they did for like a while and they still do? Is this a live story adaptation turned into a weird format? It's like a maybe. It's really tough to say because it's one of those bizarre things you just can't really figure out till
So,
you
I
realize you
I
shouldn't be
thought
watching.
this thing was a little bit sad because wait, did we say what we were watching? Yes, we did. Okay, I thought it was a little bit sad because the first episode I thought was actually really strong, and then episodes 2 and 3 happen, and you're like, what the fuck? And then episode 4 happens, and it's really strong again, and then episode 5 and 6 happen, and it goes back to what the fuck.
Wait, yeah, did you actually watch 6 episodes of this?
I watched 7 episodes of this. Most of it was what the fuck, but like some of it was
It
actually
actually is, right?
legitimately good, and then it stopped being legitimately good really quickly.
I don't know. It's a bizarre show, that's for sure. Have you do you know there's some really there's a few moments that that you normally just never will see outside of this, right? Like
Yeah,
that thing, just like where she has to get the cell phone and like it's such a
yeah.
strange
Episode
little thing, right?
episode 2 was really fucking weird.
And they use some like excellent visual motifs there to highlight it. Like it really stood out in a bizarre way. You know, the Chinese definitely have a few aces up their sleeve when it
Is this
comes
a
to.
Chinese series? I don't
I think
even.
it's a dubbed one.
You think this is a dubbed Chinese series?
I'm positive
We're
because
not
the
even gonna
animation
check,
is really
but
fucking
like,
bad.
okay.
I don't know how to check, but I think it for sure is. Just like you know, like the Chinese just have like a scuffed style that they do. Like even in their like the good shows, the high budget ones, they'll have like really not good CG in there.
Oh yeah.
It'll really like
I don't know.
the
There
game.
wasn't too much CG in this.
Not in this one, but even in the good ones, we use a lot of hand drawn stuff, like high quality hand drawn. They'll have like scuffed CG departments and stuff. But in this one, it's just like if you watch people run, they look like they've suddenly taken instant brain damage. You know, it looks they're just morphing a little bit too much to the point where it's like it's not like they're moving fast. It's just you know, just saying.
Why don't we try and summarize the story here? I don't know. Because, like,
So
nobody really wants to watch this after all.
yeah, so our main man, what's his name?
I,
Does he have a name?
I just, in my notes, he's MC. I don't think I ever wrote down his name.
So, our
He has a
MC is yeah, he has a name. He's pretty generic though. Like he's whiny too, so it's not like yeah. So, anyways, he gets sent to this re-education facility for nerds. I guess
Yeah,
the
pretty much.
internet addicted. I mean, it's the Chinese variant of nerds. He they all get sent to this concentration camp or what have you, and now they're all there for retraining. Think of it as like a military school, I
I
suppose.
think it's I think it's a military school fronted as a mental institute.
Yeah, sort of. People are a bit
Uh,
crazy in there.
okay.
So, Lead me through what you thought of it, Jack.
Uh, so, like, aside from the premise being a little bit silly, the first episode was, up until, like, the last little bit or so, really, really well done. It was capturing a lot of the stuff that goes into when this guy ends up in fucking prison out of nowhere. And then episode 2 comes along, and then just tosses that all away. And then
But
shits on it, and then throws it in a dumpster, and then shits on it again,
did
and
you
then
see?
shits out the dumpster, and then lights it on fire,
Okay, episode
and then
2, right?
and then throws the word cuck around a bunch.
What did you think of that scene in episode 2 where, like,
It wasn't that scene. It was more than half of the episode.
was it was it half of
It was legitimately more than half of the episode.
It's like
And the
it
other
has
half
this-
of the episode was set up for that scene.
It has like a I'm watching it right now. There's this one part of it towards the end where at 19 minutes 50 seconds where it's like the universe and you see like the evolution of species from fish to like lizards to dinosaurs and the universe is in the background as this dude's trying to get laid. It's
I
hilarious.
purged that from my memory.
It's a hilarious scene.
He's
You
not
have, like,
even trying,
Mars.
though.
You have Mars, the Moon, and the Earth in one shot, then you have like volcanoes in another. It's just dude's just trying to get some. It's fucking ridiculous. And there's this monologue happening. It's the most like over the top. It doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. It's hilarious. And the way it's resolved is like the stupidest fucking because they can't go through with it. It's all they just keep like hyperventilating and vomiting and shit. It's so fucking bizarre. It's like I don't know, man. So you actually continued watching it after episode 2?
For some reason, I thought it would to pretend episode didn't happen or something, and then episode 3 is more of the same shit.
Did you find it funny?
Oh yeah, actually, I did find one thing funny. They're all
One
in room
thing.
420.
They're on the roof. Oh, you mean the gang, the squad,
The squad, yo.
the malnourished squad. Of course.
Bringing literal meaning to the word pushover.
Yep, that's for sure. That is for sure. What'd you think of the purple-haired nerd? I guess dying nerd. I'm not sure what his exact deal is.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, what is his
Why is
master
he even
plan?
still at the school?
Oh, did you ever see like the weird mistress thing? I don't know when
What?
that happened, but there's like
What?
there's a scene where she gets the whip out. You actually seen this?
Oh, yeah, no, that was the end of episode 7.
Okay. How bizarre was that, dude?
Or are you talking about the one in the school, or the one before the school existed?
The one in the school, I think, like where
yeah.
it's like
no,
the door,
this
like,
happens more than once.
oh, I'm not 100% clear on it because I don't think I remember all of it, but
there's this guard. He's basically a prison guard, even though he's supposed to be a teacher or something. I think he's ex-military, just like all the other prison guards. But
he looks like
he's the only character whose name I remembered because he didn't really have any distinctive features, and his name is like Olio or something. I don't know. It was the only one I actually wrote down in my notes and kept using. I actually don't remember what it is anymore, but I think that was close to it. Anyway, yeah, he witnessed a bunch of BDSM, and then he was also looking for a phone that belonged to his high school sweetheart. And when I say high school sweetheart, I don't mean from when he went to high school.
It's a great punchline. You're too good at this, Kevin. Oh my god. Anyways, that's phenomenal. I found like parts of this show just hilarious because they were so outlandish and almost believable and exaggerated. It's very hard to take seriously.
I don't think it's possible to take seriously.
That's both a plus and a minus, I would say.
I I don't know. I don't even. I can't. I can't even anymore.
Yeah. So what happens in EP3?
What even? I don't even know. I purged it from my memory as well. Let's check these notes. Uh. Oh wait. Oh. The scene continues into episode 3. Oh, like
Oh, it
halfway
does?
through too. Yeah. Oh god.
Oh, you're right. It actually does. I'm looking through it as
Anyway,
we're
after that scene, he, so the guy goes to room 420, meets some people who are super friendly with him because they think he's all buddy buddy with the purple-haired mastermind that's controlling everything behind the school. So they send him to go get some free food for them. He brings back shit food and eats it all in front of them. What?
Do you think it was a coincidence?
Oh,
A
oh yeah,
coincidence
and
that it
then
was
they
room
start trying
420?
to beat him up, and then once they realize that he's not friends with Purple Hair, I think Purple Hair has a name, but he's Purple Hair. Uh, but they start typing midair. Like, I don't know what kind of games they played, but most of the games I play where you fight people, you don't use two hands on a keyboard, so I don't know what the fuck is going on. Anyway, that was definitely the thing I wanted to pay attention to there.
Okay,
Then the
I gotta
main
ask.
character tries to punch them, or no, he just tries to hold them back, and he kills them. They never recover. Then he tries to punch the wall, and he dies, and then the show ends.
So here's a question. Do you think it was a coincidence that this was room 420?
No,
You think
of
the
course not.
Chinese are just that memey?
I don't think it was a meme. I think they were implying that weed is bad, and so are video games, or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
I think they actually had like global. Wait,
So yeah, actually, I was about to say
Right.
in episode 3, the dorm floor head or whatever his name is,
Dorm
Aniki,
floor.
as all the characters call him, is not a student there. He just works there, and he was playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So this is where I started to get upset because
Yeah.
the main character walks in to his office, and then he's
Yeah.
playing CS:GO with headphones on. You hear the bomb has been defused. Unfortunately, there's no counter-terrorist wind sound effect, but oh well, I'll forgive that. And then we see a picture of his screen with Counter-Strike on it, and it's a fucking gun game map.
Yeah.
There is no bomb.
Gun game.
Also,
Fucking
there's a
casual,
watermark on the corner of the video.
Yeah.
So it's like from some gameplay video that they just took. I don't know where from.
Oh god. It's
Except the
horrible.
watermark looks like a gambling website too.
Oh my. Okay. This keeps getting better and better. I see. I see.
All the player names are also in Chinese, which might support your theory that this is a Chinese series.
Yeah. What'd you think of the OP and the ED? Were
They're
they
both garbage.
striking?
No.
Yeah.
Actually, I've seen
Yeah,
worse,
I
but,
agree.
like,
I
not
have seen
remotely.
worse too, but they weren't really that interesting or good, really. Scuffed is probably the best way I'd put them. They almost looked a bit Shaft-like, but not really in
No.
that style.
Okay.
So let's go to 4.
4. Oh god. Oh wait,
Oh,
no, 4
God.
was like the good one, wasn't it? Oh shit.
I'm not sure, was it?
Was it?
So
What
it
happened
begins
in
with this
episode
guy.
4?
It begins with like the physical drills, and this guy just starts getting beat.
Oh yeah,
fuck
episode
up.
4 basically just says, oh yeah, we have no idea what the fuck was going on these past 3 days, but like the school wasn't working for some reason, we have no idea why. Anyway, Here we go. Let's go do some drills. This is what you do all day, every day, especially these last 3 days.
Yeah.
What happened?
And they
Oh
discovered the
yeah,
cell
and
phone.
then I started laughing at some point because they had a really shitty drawing of the head instructor at around 7.5 minutes. Like, it was
Seven and a
particularly
half.
bad. Like, these pictures that I'm drawing right now are bad, but like this was another level.
Right. uh, yeah. The art in this fucking thing is all over the place. The art direction is consistent, but boy, is it not
Oh yeah, something else I
impressive.
noticed in this episode that was like still really really bad and is a reason everyone should kill themselves. The graffiti on every single one of the cell doors was the same.
Aw, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I think episode 4 is the first time that weird sequence happens, right? The headmaster,
Weird
are we not there
sequence.
yet? Yeah, the whip
Was
or
it?
whatever. I'm actually not sure. I don't think it is now that I look at it.
No, it wasn't. No, no.
Might have been 5. I'm not
It was either
not keen.
3 or 5.
Alright, I'm bringing 5 up now, so let's talk about EP5 just really quickly and let's flesh it out a bit. So what happens? So it's like I think he's starting his way up or whatever, his climb, his ascent into whatever the fuck power hierarchy this
Madness.
is.
I don't know.
He is becoming a mad lad, beating people up and shit, you know.
Bricks in a jacket. The best weapon.
You know, I thought that was kind of creative.
Where did he get the
Uh,
bricks?
it's a good question. I am curious about that.
There's no construction going on.
So in episode 5, like all his gang, his squad just beat up this fat dude. It's really kind of sad. And I think this
I
is
mean,
the
it
first
wasn't
time
just
that
any fat dude. It was a fat dude who tried to, or made progress in trying to get the main character laid earlier, of course. Therefore, you gotta beat him up. Granted, he didn't do it intentionally. Whatever.
yeah, I guess so. Pretty wild. Oh, we get like a first scene where it's like kids getting entered into this sort of school and shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and this is the first time where the whip thing is
Oh
brought
yeah.
into it.
So, I guess that's something we didn't mention from episode 1. Actually, the main character wasn't just like entered into this school. He was forcibly made unconscious and then transported there like overnight or something.
It's like he's getting soldered or whatever, you know. He's putting into like just a crazy place. Like I don't. It doesn't make any sense to me how this happened. Probably some mysterious white gas just leaked into his room and just pulled in there. Didn't know what happened.
I wonder if there's anything that has ever been like that that we might have also gone through
I
recently.
think they're kind of original on that account.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think it's completely their
This
thing
definitely isn't a super common trope that happens all the fucking time.
with almost anything. Anytime you want to get a person from point A to point B, it's either bad guys with a black bag over their head, or they cough a little bit and then they fall over.
Or these really
Or
awfully drawn
tranquilizer
tanks.
What?
Or these really awfully drawn tanks that I'm making right now.
Or that, yeah. But I don't know. It's always a bit like that. So EP5 just further expands on the weird nonsense. One of the
EP5
guards
wasn't
apparently.
too bad, but like it was
No.
a step down again from 4 and 1. I don't know. Jesus, fuck, this is awful.
What is the drawing?
This tank. It's like it's like almost as bad as that guy's face from 7.5 minutes into the 4th episode.
I looked at that and it was hilarious. It was so fucking bad. He looked He looked like he had accidental Down syndrome.
You want to take a screenshot?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It was in episode 3, right?
Oh, I think in
Three's the
episode
half.
5 I named a character Supa Haka
Super hacker. Wow, that's pretty
because
wild.
I finished Steins Gate Zero like last weekend.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. Why are we talking about this and not that?
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna try to send you the weird. I'm gonna like do a little bit of a
Just
screen
do
cap.
it when you got a chance, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know if this is the one that you were talking
Oh,
about. Though.
okay. Episode 6 was a little more interesting. So basically, what happens is the main character is told by Purple Dude to go take out some people from the social hierarchy.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the one I'm talking about. This is pretty good too.
Maybe not. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, episode 6
Like
was
this isn't
sort of
even
interesting.
close, but like
It's
yeah,
not
it was
close?
up on stream for like a moment. Alright.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, episode 6. So the main character goes and baits them all into a corner right before lunchtime, and then beats the shit out of himself, and then covers himself in ketchup, which he had on him for some reason. And
Just
then
had a
calls
bunch
over
of
the head
ketchup.
instructor, who is now all buddy-buddy with him since he took out the fat guy, or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he gets them all destroyed by the head instructor.
Just beats
he's
the shit
fat
out
kid.
of them. I
Yeah.
always found that hilarious how he nonchalantly like gets in there, just starts beating the shit out of him.
I mean, they didn't do anything. They're at fault,
Uh.
obviously. That's how this works, of course.
Indeed. It's a pretty crazy thing, you know. It's like, what about the end where they get captured and whatnot? You know that part where it's like, where it's with the other 3 girls or whatever, and they all get caught up in that bathroom.
What bathroom? What? What?
Towards the end of episode 6,
Wait, was that in a bathroom?
dude. In episode 6, when he squirts the ketchup.
Oh shit! Actually, this is where I started noticing that they didn't have any audio tracks.
Like music?
Yeah, so around halfway through episode 6, they start playing this one audio track that plays for the rest of the episode. Even though the tension completely changes several times.
Yeah, that's true. It's a bit of a classic in the genre. I
It's this
suppose.
building tension track, and then it's done again in episode 7.
Dude, 1 second.
But
though.
they're using it through, like, releasing tension, too. And they never switch it. It's awful.
One of the first thing the head instructor does once he just smashes like one of the dudes into the fucking wall, like he takes his head and just like mashes it, and like there's just a blood trail coming down.
This
It's fucking
is, like,
ridiculous.
literally the most illegal school ever made.
Hey kids, takes his head and just pulverizes it. Oh god, that's
Child abuse
hilarious.
secondary school.
Aye. So the second half though is a bit different, because it's like, because they all get caught up, and it's now going into it's a bit of a, like
Why am I
a,
drawing tanks for a guy that's killing himself by jumping off a building with a giant crowd surrounded by fences?
who knows, man. So what you think
Now
of
there are pine trees.
the ending of episode 6? That ending, like last half of that episode, where they all get captured, and he has to like take pictures of them or whatever. Or was that episode 7?
That was episode 6, yeah. Episode 7 was the flashback episode.
Oh, the flashback episode. I think I missed that one, by the way.
Did you keep watching?
Yeah, I think I've
How
seen
far
that
did you get?
I don't remember. I don't think I've ever finished it though.
That's
I don't
good
think
to
I
hear.
like. Yeah. I'm surprised you kept watching it.
Me too.
It's not a very high quality
It's
anything.
better than anything we've watched from this season.
It's a bit Lord of the Flies like. Kids just beating each other.
Oh,
But he
it's
just
not
wants
kids
to.
beating each other. It's fucking
It's a
retarded
Hobbesian
military
nightmare.
people with PTSD beating up kids.
Yeah, he really lays into it with the fucking bricks.
Beating up mentally disabled kids, I might add.
Yeah, I think they would be on the DSM these days, right? That's a DSM condition that they're diagnosed with. And you stopped on episode 7, right? That's correct.
Yes.
Good. It's good to
I
hear.
guess it's more accurate to say I did not keep going, though.
Well, oh my god, some of these flashbacks kind of dark. What did I miss? What the fuck? Oh my
I
god.
guess, okay, so I'll recap episode 7 then. Basically, the head instructor, who has a name, I still can't remember it. Is it Shion? No.
I think the Shin's the
close.
purple guy, right?
No, is Shion the purple guy? I don't...
I think so.
Oh, actually, something else that I didn't mention. There's a 2.5 minute intro to every single episode,
It's
followed
so
by
long.
a full minute of recap.
Indeed, it's not pleasant.
Like, it's not just the OP. There's like a 1 minute long opening scene that happens at the same one, like at the front of every episode, that like recaps what's going on in the premise, followed by the
Never
OP,
changes.
and then after that you still have a 1 minute recap of the previous episode. It's not just a recap though, it's literally just the last minute of the previous episode.
It's pretty horrible. Let's be real here. Pretty disgusting. I mean, they really pad it with that. Like, compared to most things, it's really long. I guess studio period, like or parod. I don't know what the.
Oh, there was another big like wrong thing said in the series that I want to point out. So,
Yeah.
episode 7, the main character is sent to solitary confinement for 2 weeks, and then the instructor, I think it was Ryo or whatever his actual name is from earlier, says you'll be crazy after a week. But like this guy doesn't talk to net addicts, obviously, even though he works at a mental facility for them. They're just gonna sleep through the entire thing.
But I mean, have you ever actually been in solitary confinement? I mean, it's not the same. You don't have anything
Not
to do.
unwillingly.
No, but I mean, like, solitary confinement isn't like you just get to sit there. It's not like you get to like run around. I think you get like 1 hour of free time where you go outside to walk, but you don't get books. You don't get like anything. Or talk to people.
Look, man, if I had 2 weeks to just sleep, I'd be thankful.
You'd be done after the first day. After you've caught up on all your sleep, you'd be like, I'm good.
I
good. What
can
do I
never
do?
catch up on the amount of sleep I've lost at this point.
Look, after like 3 days or 2 days, you'd get there.
No,
but-
it took me a couple of years.
Bullshit. But the point is, it's not good. The sleep thing. But
I
generally,
know,
solitary confinement.
solitary confinement might be able to fix it. It's the
Like
solution.
that's the thing we do to prisoners, like the hardened prisoners, that like.
You know what I need to do to fix my sleep schedule? I need to kill someone. That's the solution here.
I don't know. Are you trying to make yourself more youthful with their blood or something?
No, I get arrested. And I go to solitary confinement.
Why would you go to solitary confinement? Like you have to probably attack somebody.
Yeah, so I kill someone outside jail and then I kill someone in jail.
Just so you can be undisturbed. Get it?
Yeah, finally sleep.
So, what did you think of the flashback episode?
It was really strange. I don't know. So we cut off of this ages ago, but the head instructor, he's got this really weird backstory where he's a fucking idiot, and he was in military or some militia, I think, fighting with his supervisor, I guess. And then they're fighting, and then they're losing, and then he goes into a cubby hole when his supervisor's not looking. He comes out like hours later, I guess, maybe days. I don't know. He walks out. He immediately sees his supervisor dying, giving his dying breaths on the ground right then. Nobody around who shot him or anything.
Yeah.
It's just too stupid. I don't.
Right.
Did I just draw 300 circles as heads? Oh boy.
Maybe. I mean, that's okay, I imagine. Well, that's bizarre.
Oh yeah, and then after that, he's like really depressed and shit, and then everyone blames him for everything for some reason too, even though it's like they lost. I don't know. Survivors are fucking weird. Anyway, so he tries to go find his supervisor's daughter, and then he does.
Yeah.
And she's doing a bunch of BDSM with some old fat guy in a hotel.
Yeah.
And then he walks straight into it. Also, his friend had a key to the hotel room for some reason. I wonder what was happening there. Anyway. Well, his friend had a key to the hotel room and didn't tell him what might be happening in the hotel room.
Of course, as you naturally do.
What a good friend.
Indeed. What a great friend. Well, there we go. So...
And then somehow
So
they
what were
turned
you-
it into school. I think that was probably explained in episode 8. I don't know. They just kind of cut off there.
So, what were your first impressions of it as you went into it for the first time? Before you really got into it?
Or the entire series?
Just like what you thought it would be and everything that around it, you know?
You mean the entire series? Or episode 7?
Just like the first impressions. As
The
you first went
entire
into it.
series?
No, the first impressions for just like as you went into it for the first time, the first episode. Like what were your
Went into the
projections?
first... Went into the first episode, you mean?
Yeah, but like as you went into it,
thank
what were
you
your
for fucking
projections?
answering the question?
What were your
My
projections
impressions
for everything, right?
that my impression was that this was actually going to be a good series that explored a bunch of shit you don't normally see explored, and then episode 2 happened.
Okay, but for episode 1, like, what did you think of the art, the actual directions of it,
Oh, the art was
everything
kind of
like
shit.
that?
The direction was like going somewhere. I wasn't really sure where. Once the purple hair guy got out the binoculars, I found out, of course.
What about the animation quality?
It was shit, but I don't really care. I enjoyed Higurashi.
Fair enough.
Dean can't
And
really
so-
animate still, you know what I'm saying? But anyway,
And so as you went into it, how did that change?
I mean, the animation never got better. Never got worse either.
Yeah, that's
Aside
for
from
sure.
those, there were 2 of those shots. I don't know. One of them was in episode 3, I think.
Okay.
And then you saw the other one, I guess.
Yeah.
But aside from those, like, it was pretty well-rounded, animation-wise.
Well, okay. So would you recommend this to somebody?
No.
Okay. That's fair.
I mean,
who do you think?
if their alternative was to watch anything else we've talked about in the past 2 months, yes. But in
You
general,
know, I
no.
would actually agree with that on a few levels, but I think Grand Crest was about as good, maybe better. Actually, better, I think. It's a 2-core.
Oh, that's actually a good question. So Grand Crest Senki was, like, ironically good in all the right ways. So it was really good at being bad. Whereas this series, what is this series called again? Evil or Live, is decent at being good and then bad at being bad.
Yeah, well, that's
So
one way to
it's
put
just
it.
down to taste at this point.
It is. it is down to taste for a lot. Like they're kind of like scale wise, maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to properly conceptualize when you reach such a mire, you know, such a
Look, when you're
quagmire.
watching garbage this bad, it's really hard to compare shit.
Exactly. You can sort of explain which demographic might like it more. Like if you were more of a gritty and you like to be surprised, maybe take a gander at that. It's pretty surprising. Just it's all over the fucking place. If you like the more traditional style of hero's journey, I suppose Grand Crest is up your avenue because it's
Literally
not really.
watch anything else in both cases, but you know.
Yeah, there's a lot more. There's a better use for your time. Generally speaking, in that case, well,
What are we doing with our time?
just talking.
I'm drawing pine trees on a picture
Yeah.
of someone trying to kill themselves while talking about a garbage television series that I watched 7 episodes of and spent over 2 hours watching.
Did you enjoy those 2 hours, Jack?
No.
Uh, it's a shame. I didn't either. Oh god.
What about you, John? Oh fuck, never mind. I forgot John's
I-
not here.
Yeah, John's not here. It's a shame, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it. I thought it could have been good. Had it just, I don't even know why it was bad. It's just bizarre. I enjoyed it more than Violet Evergarden. That's what I'll say. And I'm keeping up on that as well.
I watched more episodes of this than Violet Evergarden, for sure. I still haven't made it past episode 1 on anything from the current season.
I'm sure you'll get there eventually. There's a lot
We
of
shall
stuff that
see.
might be worth it, but
We haven't watched any of it.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
what can you do?
We could
So-
stop reviewing garbage.
Yeah. Very few things that like start out like mediocre suddenly become this phenomenal experience later on. It's just more of
It's
itself,
not
generally speaking.
uncommon.
It's pretty uncommon.
Is it?
I mean, like, what can you say? Like, a lot of shows go bad over time, but like, very few just get better. I mean, there are some, I won't deny it. Like
Sure.
Legends of the Galactic Heroes, the OVA,
Berserk
it
got better.
builds. It builds and it gets stronger. Like you just keep adding threads to this broomstick, and it's just gonna get stronger and harder to break. But there's very few that can actually pull like a interesting long
Steins
term.
Gate got better.
I think it wasn't well. It got better, but it was pretty good when it started.
It had a
like, I
really
think it was
slow
pretty
start.
compelling. I think it did, but watching if I watch Steins Gate now, and like watched it side by side with like Violet Evergarden, I'd still probably stick to Steins Gate as a better overall experience.
DDLC got better.
What's the DLC?
Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh fuck that! It started off pretty terrible.
Yeah, I agree. Most VNs do, though, so that's not really surprising.
But I mean, like, you had to waddle through so much trash to get to the actual interesting, like,
Well,
parts.
the trash was almost half of it.
It was more than half of it, I would think.
Well,
but
it was like a normal amount of trash for a normal length VM. And then it
it's
was like, I think I finished it in 3 hours?
maybe, but I think at least 60% of that is like the standard. Da 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 da. Hello, man. Like it's like the words just like you hear the words, but they don't
I finished
mean
it in 2 hours. And I spent 50 minutes slogging through trash.
Well, I mean, I guess you can skip the trash very easily because it's so easy to tell what the trash is. But still, though, it's so much filler. It's not like the filler is just used to surprise you afterwards. 'Cause it's like, oh my god, this is all terrible. But there's actual decent moments in there. But they're like, I don't know. It doesn't build to it properly. Like,
Look, if you
It's
treat it as a
kinda meta.
creepypasta, like, if you treat it as just like a slice of life VM, that turns into a creepypasta. It's actually pretty good, but it's like anything else. Those
Yeah, if
first
you
15
treat it like
minutes are
that,
awful.
if you treat it like that, I can agree with it. But treat it as anything more, and I'm like, I feel like there's definitely more conclusive, interesting ways to like just stories that still use the meta aspect of storytelling to actually bring it out. You know,
This is going to make you upset, but Detective Conan got better.
maybe it did. I don't. That's hard to
You'll never
believe, though.
know.
I think I'm happy not knowing, though.
You
Detective
probably
Conan
better.
is too long for anything.
Anything, sir.
I mean, yeah, I mean, not terrible. It doesn't have to be terrible, but at a certain length, it just kind of maybe not falls apart. But like, it's you have to like be really committed to the original style of it. Like, if you don't like the first few episodes of Gintama or whatever, I'm not sure you're gonna willingly sit
Well,
through.
okay, no, that's not true. The first 2 episodes of Gintama, nobody should watch.
I mean, I've seen them. I have seen like
Yeah, me
up
too.
to like 10 or whatever. But
No, no,
the thing
the first
is,
2 episodes aren't even the actual fucking story. Though.
yeah, it's just filler. But a lot of it is kind of filler-ish. It's really on the other end of it, where it's like you don't even know at that point. But the thing to me is, like, if past those 2 episodes, if you don't like it, it's probably really hard for you to actually get to any of the other stuff, you know, because you'll be skipping through it constantly, and characters that you might not know will pop up, and it's like I think it would be a nightmare, realistically speaking. It's I would say it's a little like that.
I don't think I've watched enough of it to even know.
Me neither, but I've seen a bit of it, and I'm like, if I didn't have any affinity for it, it'd just be a slog. It'd just be a ridiculous slog.
Oh, something that also started really slow. Medaka Box. I haven't watched it, but I read the manga.
I
It
am
started
not.
off like as a week to week villain thing, and then it turns into this ridiculous meta power game hierarchy. Anyway,
Anyways,
that's enough counterexamples. What were we talking about again? Garbage?
garbage. Always garbage, Jack. Always the trash. You know how it is. How's the food, by the way? How much did you get, anyways?
I just ate a bowl of cereal before this.
Pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, it's better than the food they eat in
Prison.
what? Well, yeah, real prison especially. But I was gonna say evil or live.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, that was fun. We have been.
So I found it interesting that they didn't
Oh,
have a laundry
sorry.
room in Evil or Live. Because like, where else are they gonna do shit?
I don't know. I don't know.
The laundry rooms are where everything happens in prison. Speaking from
Yeah.
experience,
Yeah, you have a lot of experience with that, don't you?
with laundry rooms, yes.
Yes, okay.
I've never been to prison, but I have been to prison laundry rooms.
Prison laundry rooms, indeed. Quite the. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Well, I feel like we've said everything we can about this evil living show.
Have we?
I think. Well, I mean, we can really go in depth on some of it, but I don't see a reason for it. It doesn't improve it in any way. It's.
Alright, I'm at
It's
the
just sort
point
of
where I'm
there.
coloring random things blue. So.
So
Let's color
we
some
should
of them
probably
green.
we should probably tie things up, right? So
Ooh.
so
Ooh,
do we
the trees can be green.
do we give it a rating? What's our rating for this?
Do we have a rating system? I'm gonna give it
Do we-
a 0 rating systems out of negative square root pi times the square root of -1.
I think it's 80% to the top of the garbage pile. 85 maybe. There's some really nice trashy shows out there, so
I think it's in the garbage pile.
I think it's 80% up there.
I think it's
85%
shit.
up there. I don't think it's at the bottom of the garbage pile. I think slow
I think
starts
it's
somewhere
shit.
there.
That's all that really matters.
Okay. Well, this has been episode Evil or Live. This is 5
Episode
or 4?
7. This is 7.
Seven. This
This
is
is
episode
7
I
of
guess.
season 2.
God damn, dude. Keep putting these out like paper and candy. Well,
We could stop.
do you want to do the honors?
This is I'm not Mark, and this is not Kevin.
We have
Kill
been.
yourself. Don't really, but actually, like, consider it. Goodbye.
Consider it.